This particular location was an area where we recognized that there were a lot of customers who were not being served. We do have a couple other locations nearby in Baldwin and Carnegie that many of our customers shop at, but this really filled a void in this particular neighborhood to be able to get more of our customers our everyday low prices.
There are things Aldi employees know that you do not because they are hiding anything sinister, but because nobody asks and nobody volunteers, until now. We talked to current and former Aldi employees across multiple locations, and what came back was a list of 15 things that Aldi employees know about the store that most customers will go their entire shopping lives never finding out. Some of these will save you money immediately, while some will make you look at that store in a completely different way the next time you walk through those doors. 15. Employees can tell within seconds who the smart shoppers. Our Aldi employees are not just scanning groceries, they are watching the store. And within moments of a customer walking in, experienced staff members can identify almost immediately whether that person knows how to shop Aldi or whether they are about to leave money on the table. The signals are specific. Smart shoppers walk in and turn toward the find section before doing anything else. They glance at the markdown rack near the entrance. They carry their own organized bags rather than scrambling for purchased ones at checkout. They move through the store with a list and a direction rather than wandering the perimeter looking confused. The customers employees quietly feel for are the ones who walk straight to the regular shelves, ignore the middle aisles entirely, grab items without checking shelf levels, and arrive at the register without bags, without a list, and without any awareness of what is on sale that week. The gap between what an informed Aldi shopper spends and what an uninformed one spends on the same basket of goods can be significant. Employees see that gap play out at the register every single shift. Now you know they are watching. What comes at number 14 is something employees are specifically trained to do at the register that almost no customer ever notices, and it directly affects your total at checkout. 14. Cashiers are trained to scan at a speed most customers cannot keep up with Aldi. Cashiers are fast, not coincidentally fast. Deliberately, specifically, and measurably fast. Aldi tracks cashier scanning speed as a formal performance metric. Employees are evaluated on how quickly they move items across the scanner, and that speed is not just an internal efficiency measure. It is a core part of how Aldi keeps operating costs low enough to offer the prices it does. Fewer seconds per transaction means more customers served per hour, lower labor costs per unit sold, and shorter lines that keep the shopping experience smooth. What employees know, and most customers do not, is that the speed at which items are scanned makes it genuinely difficult to watch the screen for pricing errors simultaneously. Cashiers are not trying to rush past your attention. They are simply operating at the pace the system requires. This is exactly why the most experienced Aldi shoppers make a point of knowing their prices before they reach the register, not after. The window to catch a scanning error in real time is narrow, and the cashier's pace is not going to slow down to accommodate a customer who is seeing prices for the first time at checkout. One former employee said, "I scanned fast because that was my job and I was proud of how good I was at it. But I always noticed when a customer actually watched the screen. Those were the people who occasionally caught something and got an item free. Most people never looked once." Watch the screen. Know your prices. The speed is not your enemy if you are prepared for it. What is coming at number 13 is something employees know about a specific day and time that changes the entire quality of the shopping experience, and most customers have no idea the difference even exists. 13. Wednesday, overnight is when everything changes. Customers see Wednesday morning as the start of a new deal cycle. Employees know what actually happened the night before to make that possible. Aldi's overnight. Tuesday to Wednesday restocking shift is one of the most intensive operational windows in the store's weekly cycle. Staff come in after closing and work through the night. New shelf tags go up. Finds sections are completely cleared and restocked with an entirely new product rotation. Sale prices are updated in the system. Markdowns are pulled, assessed, and relocated. The entire store is essentially reset before the first customer walks in Wednesday morning. When you walk into Aldi on Wednesday morning, you are walking into a store that a team of employees spent all night preparing. You are getting the full benefit of that work. By Friday, the effects of that overnight reset are visibly degrading. By Sunday, the store looks nothing like it did Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning is not a shopping tip. It is a direct window into the operational reality of how Aldi works behind the scenes. Number 12 is something employees wish customers understood about the checkout process, because one simple customer habit change would make the experience dramatically smoother for everyone involved, and almost nobody does it. 12. How you unload your cart makes the cashier's job significantly easier. Aldi cashiers are professionals who take their craft seriously. They work fast, they stay focused, and they process hundreds of transactions per shift with genuine efficiency. And there is one thing that slows them down, creates errors, and silently frustrates even the most patient checkout staff: customers who unload their carts randomly. When items come onto the belt in no logical order, the cashier has to make split-second decisions about placement that interrupt scanning rhythm. Fragile items that arrive early in the sequence get buried. Items that need to be bagged together land on opposite ends of the transaction. The result is a slower scan, a more chaotic cart return, and a bagging counter experience that frustrates the customer more than anyone. Employees notice immediately when a customer loads the belt thoughtfully. Heavy items first. Midweight items next. Fragile and light items last. It takes the customer 30 extra seconds, and it makes the entire transaction smoother, faster, and more accurate for everyone. This is one of those rare situations where doing something that benefits you also makes the employee's shift meaningfully better. Everyone wins. Before we go any further, if what you are hearing is changing how you see your next Aldi trip, hit that like button right now and subscribe, because number 11 is something employees know about a product category that most customers assume is straightforward. And the reality is something almost nobody walking those aisles has ever considered. 11. The fines section has a hidden discard pile, and employees control it. When Aldi fines sell out, customers assume they are simply gone. What employees know is that the story is slightly more complicated than that. Fines items occasionally arrive with minor packaging damage during transit, a dented corner on a box, a small tear in the outer wrap, a display item that was assembled on the floor and then disassembled. These items are technically complete and fully functional, but they cannot go on the shelf at full fines price in their current condition. This is not a guaranteed policy. It varies significantly by store and by manager. But the employees who have worked across multiple locations consistently confirm that the question is worth asking, particularly for higher ticket. Fines items like appliances and electronics, where minor cosmetic packaging damage makes zero difference to the product inside. The customers who never know to ask never get the opportunity. Now you know to ask. Number 10 involves something employees see happening at the register every single day that silently costs customers money, and the fix takes less than 5 seconds to implement starting from your very next visit. 10. Employees know when the register price is wrong, and they are watching to see if you notice. This is not about dishonesty. Aldi's price accuracy guarantee is genuine, and the staff enforce it without hesitation. But employees know something that customers do not. Register price discrepancies happen regularly, and the customers who catch them get items free, while the customers who do not catch them simply pay the incorrect higher price. The mechanics are straightforward. Wednesday sale prices sometimes take several hours to propagate through all register terminals after going live. Shelf tags placed by staff during restocking occasionally end up in a slightly incorrect position, creating a mismatch between what the tag shows and what the item above or below it actually is. System updates, after a manager makes a last-minute price adjustment, do not always sync in real time. One former cashier was candid. I always honored the guarantee the second a customer said something, but if they did not notice, I was not going to slow down the line to tell them. That sounds harsh, but that is honestly how busy a register shift is. Watch the screen. Every item, every trip, the guarantee only pays out to the customers who are paying attention. What employees know about number 9 will completely change how you think about the products sitting in Aldi's refrigerated and frozen sections, because the sourcing reality behind those cases is something almost no customer has ever considered. 9. Employees know that many Aldi products come from the same factories as name brands. This is one of the most consistently discussed topics among Aldi staff, particularly among employees who previously worked in food manufacturing or retail procurement. The short version is this: a significant number of Aldi store brand products are manufactured in the same facilities, on the same production lines, and sometimes with the same recipes as major national brand products. Employees become aware of this through a combination of sources: manufacturer codes printed on packaging, ingredient lists that match name brand counterparts precisely, occasional direct confirmation through industry contacts, and in some cases, the packaging itself, before it was rebranded for Aldi, was visibly similar enough to make the connection obvious. One long-term employee said, "I had worked in food manufacturing before Aldi. When I started seeing the facility codes on the packaging, I recognized some of them immediately. I stopped buying name brands for myself entirely within about 2 weeks of starting that job. You are not buying generic when you buy Aldi store brands. In many cases, you are buying the exact same product in different packaging. Number 8 is something employees know about how the store physically works that most customers experience as an annoyance, but that staff understand as one of the most important systems in the entire operation. 8. The cart system is taken more seriously by employees than customers. Realize customers treat the quarter cart system as a minor quirk. Employees understand it as a fundamental operational pillar that affects everything from labor scheduling to store cleanliness to overall price structure. Aldi stores do not employ dedicated cart collectors. That is not an oversight or a cost-cutting corner being cut. It is a deliberate architectural decision that eliminates an entire labor category and all the associated costs, insurance, equipment, and scheduling complexity that comes with it. The quarter system makes that possible by creating a direct financial incentive for customers to return carts themselves. What employees observe is that the customers who are most dismissive of the cart system, who leave carts in parking spaces, who abandon them near their cars, who treat the quarter as not worth the effort of returning, are almost always the same customers who are most vocal about wanting lower prices. The connection between the behavior and the price benefit they are asking for is invisible to them. One employee put it plainly: "Every cart that comes back on its own is time I get to spend somewhere more useful. Every cart I have to chase is time taken away from something that would actually help customers. It matters more than people think. Return the cart." It is the most direct contribution a customer makes to the system that keeps prices low. What is at number 7 is something employees know about a specific shopping window that most seniors never take advantage of, and missing it means consistently paying more than necessary on one of the most important product categories in the store. 7. Employees know exactly when meat gets marked down, and it is not random. The meat section. Markdown schedule at Aldi is not posted anywhere publicly. There is no sign on the case, no announcement over the intercom, no indication to the average customer that a window exists when significant discounts on fresh meat appear reliably. But employees know the schedule. Meat approaching its sell-by date gets marked down on a schedule that follows the delivery cycle. Most Aldi locations receive meat deliveries on specific days of the week, and the markdown window typically opens 1 to 2 days before the sell-by date on that delivery, often in the late morning to early afternoon. The discount is real, often 30 to 50%, and the product is completely fresh and safe. Meat that is 1 day from its sell-by date is entirely suitable for same-day cooking or immediate freezing for later use. The specific days vary by location because delivery schedules vary, but the pattern is consistent enough that employees confirm it exists in virtually every store. Ask a staff member at your specific Aldi when meat markdowns typically happen. Phrase it simply and directly. Most employees will tell you. That single piece of information applied weekly can meaningfully reduce what you spend on protein every month. Number 6 involves something that happens in the back of the store that most customers never see, and it directly affects whether the item you came in specifically to find is actually available or sitting 20 feet away behind a door. 6. Backstock exists, and employees can check it for you. When a shelf is empty, most customers assume the product is simply out of stock and leave disappointed. What employees know is that empty shelf space does not always mean empty store. Aldi maintains backstock in a receiving and storage area that is not visible from the sales floor, and items that have not yet been brought out for restocking, or items waiting to be placed after a delivery, may be sitting back there right now. The challenge is that Aldi's lean staffing model means employees are moving constantly between multiple tasks. Nobody is stationed at the backstock area waiting to fulfill individual customer requests. But the request itself is entirely reasonable, and most employees are willing to check if the item is actually available when asked directly and politely. One employee confirmed, "We get asked maybe once or twice a shift. When I have a second to check, I almost always do." And probably a third of the time, there is something back there. The customers who ask get it. The customers who assume it is gone walk out without it. Ask. The worst answer is no, and that is the same answer you already had before you asked. Number 5 involves something employees know about a product line that most customers treat as an afterthought, but that staff members who pay attention have discovered is one of the best-kept quality secrets in the entire store. 5. Employees know which seasonal items sell out fastest, and they plan around them. Aldi employees are shoppers too, and the ones who have worked the floor through multiple seasonal cycles have developed a precise understanding of which finds items disappear within hours of hitting the shelf and which ones linger for weeks. This knowledge is not distributed in any official way. There is no internal memo that tells staff which air fryer will be gone by noon on Wednesday, or which set of flannel sheets will survive through the following Tuesday. But pattern recognition builds quickly over multiple seasons. Employees see what sells and what does not. They see which items trigger a rush the moment the store opens and which ones sit untouched. Employees who want those items themselves have an advantage. They often know what is coming before it hits the floor. But the insight available to customers is this. If you see a finds item you genuinely want and the category is one of the fast-moving ones, that item will not be there tomorrow. The customer who hesitates and plans to come back almost never finds it waiting. If you want it, take it on the day you see it. That is what the employees who shop their own store do without exception. What is at number 4 is something that very few customers ever discover about Aldi's complaint and feedback process, and the employees who know about it say it is far more powerful than most shoppers would ever expect. 4. Aldi actually acts on customer feedback faster than almost any retailer. Most customers who have a negative experience at Aldi do one of two things. They mention it to a cashier who nods politely and moves on, or they say nothing at all and either return out of habit or quietly start shopping elsewhere. Aldi operates on a leaner corporate structure than most major retailers. The distance between a customer complaint and a decision maker who can act on it is shorter than at virtually any comparable grocery chain. Feedback submitted through the Aldi website or app does not disappear into a customer service void. Employees describe seeing floor layout changes, product restocking adjustments, and even pricing corrections that traced directly back to customer feedback volume on specific issues. One former assistant manager said, "We got feedback reports every week. If the same complaint came up more than a few times, it got addressed, not eventually, that week." For seniors who have a consistent frustration with their local Aldi, whether it is a product that keeps running out, a pricing issue, a layout problem, or a quality concern, submitting that feedback through official channels is not a futile gesture. It is one of the most direct lines of influence a customer has over how that store operates. Your voice matters at Aldi more than it does at almost any other grocery retailer. Most customers just never use it. Number 3 involves something employees know about the twice as nice guarantee that most customers significantly underestimate, and the way staff actually process these returns is not what most seniors expect at all. 3. Employees are trained to process the twice as nice guarantee without question. Most seniors approach a return at any store with some degree of apprehension. There is an expectation of scrutiny, a worry about being questioned, doubted, or made to feel like the return is somehow unreasonable. At Aldi, employees are specifically trained to eliminate that experience entirely. The twice as nice guarantee, which provides both a full refund and a free replacement for any unsatisfactory Aldi store brand product, is not processed through a negotiation. Employees do not assess whether they personally agree that the product was deficient. They do not ask for elaborate explanations. The standard training guidance is to accept the return, process the refund, and provide the replacement with minimal friction and zero judgment. What employees also know is that the guarantee is used far less than it should be, particularly by seniors, who are statistically the least likely demographic to initiate a return at any retailer. The perception that returns are complicated or that staff will be skeptical keeps many seniors absorbing losses on products they were genuinely unsatisfied with when a simple return would have recovered both their money and given them a free second chance on the product. Bring it back. No guilt required. That is what the policy exists for, and the staff are trained to honor it exactly that way. Number 2 is something employees know about the way Aldi's entire business model actually works that reframes every single interaction you have ever had in that store. 2. Employees understand the Aldi model as a mutual agreement, and they wish customers did. 2 Aldi employees absorb the logic of the business model quickly. The training makes it explicit. Every operational choice that seems unusual to a first-time customer. The quarter cart, the bring your own bag policy, the fast checkout without bagging assistance, the limited selection, the plain packaging, exists for a specific reason that connects directly to the price on the shelf. What employees consistently wish is that customers shared that understanding, because the customers who understand the model interact with the store in a fundamentally different way. They are patient with the pace of checkout because they understand what that pace enables. The customers who understand Aldi's model do not experience any of these things as inconveniences. They experience them as their side of a transaction that delivers genuinely exceptional value in return. return. One long-term employee put it in a way that stuck. The customers who love Aldi the most are the ones who figured out that they are partners in it, not just passive shoppers. The second that clicks for someone, you can see it. The whole way they move through the store changes. The model is not unusual. It is a partnership, and the seniors who operate as partners are the ones who extract the most value from every single visit. 1. Employees genuinely want you to find the deals, and most of them will help you. If you ask, here's the thing that never gets said out loud, but that virtually every Aldi employee who was asked for this piece confirmed independently. They want you to find the good stuff, not in an abstract customer service script way, in a genuine personal way that comes from working in a store where the value is real, where the products are good, where the deals are legitimate, and where the culture of the workplace is built around a shared pride in what Aldi delivers. Aldi employees tend to be well compensated relative to industry peers. They are cross-trained across the entire store. They know where the markdowns are, when the meat goes on discount, what is in the backstock, which finds items are worth grabbing immediately, and which regular items are best in category values. They carry a depth of store knowledge that most customers never think to access. And the reason that knowledge goes untapped is simple. Customers do not ask, not out of rudeness, mostly out of the assumption that asking is an imposition, that a busy employee does not have time, that the question is somehow inappropriate. In reality, a direct and respectful question from a customer, where is the markdown section? When do you usually mark down the meat? Is there any backstock on this item? Is one of the most welcome interactions in an Aldi employee's shift. One current employee said, "I love it when someone asks me something real, not where are the bathrooms, something that shows they actually want to get the most out of being here. That is my favorite part of the job. I get to actually help someone." You are not inconveniencing Aldi employees when you ask smart questions. You are giving them the opportunity to do the part of their job that most of them find genuinely satisfying. Walk in knowing that, ask the question, use the knowledge, and shop Aldi the way the people who know it best, the ones who are there every single shift, actually shop it themselves. Yes, if this opened your eyes to a side of Aldi you have never seen, hit that like button right now and subscribe. The next video is already on screen. We are revealing more secret Aldi shopping tricks that seniors should know before their next visit. Everyone practical, everyone proven, and everyone worth your time. You will not want to miss it.